Hello dear students. So today we are going to learn a new topic that is coupling reactions. Okay, in MSc Sem 4 you are having of 7 types of name reaction that is based on the palladium catalyst. So here we are having 7 type of reaction. So let us start the first of all the comparison of palladium catalyst reaction. So I have listed out the 7 reaction. Let's see one by one. Suppose if we are having ARX molecule, so this is our ARX molecule. Now when it is reacted with the phenylboronic acid, this is our phenylboronic acid group. Okay, in presence of palladium catalyst, it will give a AR dash product. So this type of reaction, it is known as Suzuki reaction, that is CC couple product. Okay, so now next one. In the next reaction, if we are having a aryl halide compound, when it is reacted with the alkyne group in presence of the palladium catalyst, here you have to remember that copper iodide, which is used as a co-catalyst, it will converted into the CC couple product by means of the AR with the coupling product of the alkyne group. So that is known as Songo-Sira reaction. Now if we are having R-X molecule, when we are treating with the tin derivative in the presence of the palladium catalyst, it will form R-R product. So by the removal of the tin X Bu3, that is butyl group, so this is known as Stille coupling reaction. Here remembering point, you have to remember that when we are having a tin derivative. Now if we are having R-X molecule, when it is treated with the Grignard reagent in presence of the nickel catalyst, or we can say the palladium catalyst, it will follow the R-Air group. So this type of reaction, it is known as Kumada coupling reaction. Now next we are having RX molecule, when it is reacted with the Si derivative, that is silicon derivative, in presence of the palladium catalyst. And one of the most important thing you have to remember, that tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. Okay, so that type of reaction, it is known as a Hiyama coupling reaction. Here we are also having CC couple product. Okay, now next one, here we are having RX group, here we are having R-NH2. So in the presence of the palladium catalyst, again it will follow the CN coupling. So this is known as Buchwald-Hartwig reaction. Last one, here we are having RX group in the presence of the ester compound linked with the alkene group. In the presence of the palladium catalyst, it will follow a CC couple product by means of C double bond C. So that type of reaction, it is known as head coupling reaction. So these 7 reaction you have to remember. Now you have to list it out in what condition. Some of the condition you have to remember, that it is the triple bond, that is alkyne group, this is a tin group, RNGX group, Si group, NH2 group, and last one, that is the ketonic group, alpha beta unsaturated ketonic group, you can say the ester derivative. Okay, so this is the 7 type of reaction. Now let us understand its mechanism one by one. Okay, so now let us start with the Suzuki reaction. Now here we are having palladium that is in a zero oxidation state. Now when it is reacted with the ARX, now with the help of the oxidative addition reaction. Now what is oxidative addition reaction? Okay, so increase in oxidation state, that is known as oxidation. But oxidative addition reaction, increase in oxidation state by means of 2 electron, that is known as oxidative addition reaction. So here we are having AR group, here the palladium that is converted to the +2 oxidation state, here we are having X group. So this is our first step, that is oxidative addition reaction. Now in the next step, we are reacting with the base, that is NaOH. So this NaOH will replace this X group, so that is converted into the NaX group. Now this OH will be in place of the X group. So here we are having Ar, here we are having a palladium 2, and that is OH group. Okay, so this is known as ligand exchange. Okay, so ligand exchange, here halogen is exchanged by the hydroxyl group, that is the OH group. Okay, so now in the next step, we are reacting with this molecule with the boronic acid group. Here we are having AR dash BOOH, that is BOH and BOH. Now this AR BOH, here we are having AR B OH, OH. Now this is our reacting molecule, that is phenyl boronic acid. Now when it is reacted with this molecule, it will converted into this molecule into the OH group. That OH group will be attached over here. So AR dash BOH thrice group. So this will be our, what we can say, the byproduct. So here we are having AR dash BOH thrice molecule. Now this AR dash BOH thrice molecule, when it is reacted with this palladium, that is converted into the BOH and 4 times, that is BOH 4 times. Now this BOH 4 times will be replaced and AR dash will be in place of the OH group. So here we are having AR palladium 2. Now here we are having AR dash. Now you have to remember now what type of mechanism that is taking place over here. So here you have to remember that this type of mechanism, it is known as transmetallation. Okay, now what do you mean by the transmetallation? So you have to remember that this OH group, it is attached with the palladium. Now when the reaction it is taking place by the help of the phenyl boronic acid, now this OH group, now that is attached with the boron group. So that is known as transmetallation. Okay, so now this is known as transmetallation. Now in the next step, reductive elimination, it is going to taken place. So now reductive elimination, now what do you mean by the reductive elimination? So reductive elimination, it is just opposite to the oxidative elimination reaction. Now in oxidative addition reaction, you are increasing oxidation state. Now reductive elimination state, you will decrease the oxidation state. Now this palladium 2, now it is converted to the palladium 0 oxidation state. Now this AR and AR will be attached over here. So by that way you can call it 1 electron from here, 1 electron from here, 1 electron from here, 1 electron from here. So this AR and AR dash will be converted into this type of molecule, that is known as CC couple product. So now this palladium 0, palladium 2, that is converted to the palladium 0. Now there is our catalytic cycle. So now this catalytic cycle will again react with the AR-X, ligand exchange, transmetallation, then after reductive elimination. So this will continue again and again. So by that way you can produce a CC couple product. Now you have to remember in Suzuki reaction this important step. First one, that is oxidative addition, second one, that is ligand exchange, third one, that is transmetallation, and fourth one, that is reductive elimination reaction. Okay, so this is our Suzuki reaction. One more thing you have to remember, that the transmetallation step, it is very slow step. Okay, it is not a very reactive or fast step, it is very slow step. Now let us understand one more reaction that is based on palladium catalyst reaction. Okay, so now let us understand one more reaction, that is Buchwald-Hartwig reaction. Now this is a CN coupling reaction. Okay, so now let us start with the palladium catalyst. Here we are having a palladium catalyst with 1,1-bis diphenyl phosphinoferrocene, that is DPPF. Okay, 1,1-, I am writing over here 1,1-, that is bis. Now we are having a diphenyl, okay, diphenyl phosphinoferrocene. Okay, this is our ligand. So now when it is reacted with the one AR-X molecule, that is ARX molecule, by means of the oxidative addition, again we are taking with the oxidative addition reaction. Now what is oxidative addition reaction? I have told you further that if your ligand is, or if your metal is having a 0 oxidation state, now when it is converted to the +2 oxidation state, that is known as oxidative addition reaction. So now here we are having a palladium group, here we are having AR, here we are having X. Now here I am writing P, and that is converted into the PPH2 group, that is PPH2. Okay, so that is our ligand. So now when it is reacted with the sodium tertiary butoxide, this is our base. So by means of the ligand exchange, this X will be replaced and tertiary butoxide group will be attached over there. So here we are having a NaX group. So now that is our molecule, that is palladium. Here we are having Ar group. Now this X will be replaced by the tertiary butoxide group, that is O tertiary butoxide group. Here we are having a P, that is PPH2, that is our ligand PPH2. Here I am writing this type of molecule. Okay, now again this molecule, when it is reacted with the, let's say, RNH2, okay, this is our coupling product, that is our RNH2. Okay, now this RNH2, when it is reacted with the tertiary butoxide group, that is converted to the tertiary butanol. So here we can write as a OH group, that is butyl and tertiary. So this tertiary butyl OH group will be removed and this NHR group will be attached over here. So here we are having a palladium, that is Ar group over here. Here we are having NHR. So this is our P. Here we are having a PH2, that is PH2. So now this is our molecule. Now in the last step, again we are having a common last step, that is a reductive elimination reaction. Now by means of the reductive elimination reaction, this group will be removed. So this palladium will be converted to the palladium zero oxidation state. So now this will have a couple product, that is Ar, NH and R group. So here we can say that a CN couple product will be formed. Okay, so this is our Buchwald-Hartwig reaction. Again you have to remember the most important step, that is a oxidative addition step. Okay, second one, that is a ligand exchange. Third one, we can say the transmetallation step. Okay, now last one, that is a reductive elimination reaction. Okay, so you can have this type of four step you have to remember. Okay, so that is oxidative addition reaction, and last one, that is reductive elimination reaction. So this is our Buchwald-Hartwig reaction. Buchwald-Hartwig reaction you can follow by CN coupling as well as the CO coupling. Here you can replace this RNH2 by means of the ROI, that is the phenolic group. So by that way you can also produce a CO couple product. The similar mechanism is going to take on place. Okay, so you have to remember the Buchwald-Hartwig, that is CN coupling or CO coupling. So now let us understand one more reaction of the palladium catalyst. Okay, so now let us understand one more reaction, that is Sanger-Serra coupling reaction. Now Sanger-Serra coupling reaction, as we know, that is as we understand the principle, that is ARX, when it is treated with the alkyne group, okay, in presence of the palladium catalyst, that is copper iodide, it will produce this type of product, that is CC couple product, but here we are having the alkyne group. Okay, so now let us understand its mechanism. So first of all, let us take this molecule, that is alkyne group over here. So here we are having a alkyne group. Now in presence of base, that is the diethyl amine group, okay, copper iodide molecule. Now here copper will act as a co-catalyst reaction or co-catalyst part. So this copper will be reacting with this H. So this H will be replaced by the iodine. So this hydrogen iodide will be removed. So here we are having copper in the place of the hydrogen. So that is our molecule copper, that is triple bond R group. Now let us take one more molecule from the reactant point of view, that is ARX, that is our reacting molecule. In the presence of the palladium catalyst, oxidative addition, that is oxidative insertion. Okay, now that is oxidative insertion. Okay, the oxidative insertion will be taking place. So here we are having a palladium X, that is Ar group over here, L group over here, L group over here. So now this oxidative insertion and this 1 and 2 will be reacting towards each other and they will produce this type of molecule. So this copper and halogen will be replaced over here. Copper and halogen will be replaced. Now here we are having this type of product, that is a palladium over here. Here we are having ligand, that is ligand over here. Triple bond over here. So there is C triple bond C. Here we are having a aromatic ring. Okay, so now in the last step, that is reductive elimination will be taking place. So this palladium and ligand part will be removed from the reacting material. As we know from the reductive elimination reaction, that is, we can say that the decrease in oxidation state. So here we are having Ar group, and that is triple bond over here, that is a alkyne group. So Ar triple bond R group. So that type of reaction, it is known as Sanger-Serra reaction. So here you have to remember one thing, that you have to react a alkyne group and Ar dash individual with the copper iodide and palladium zero oxidation state. Now by the formation of these 1 and 2 compound, this copper and halogen will be removed from the reacting material, and here we are having this type of intermediate. In the last step, with the help of the reactive elimination reaction, you can produce a Ar triple bond X triple bond R group. So this is our couple product. This is known as Sanger-Serra coupling reaction. Okay, so this is our Sanger-Serra coupling reaction. Now let us take one more example for the coupling reaction. Okay, so now let us take one more example of the coupling reaction. So that is Heck coupling reaction. So let us start the Heck coupling reaction. Here we are having a palladium as a ligand, that is a palladium catalyst with the PPH3 twice ligand. Now in the presence of the bromobenzene, that is aryl halide, it will undergo oxidative addition reaction. So here we are having this type of molecule, that is aromatic ring. Here we are having a palladium, that is PPH3. Here also we are having PPH3 group, that is Br, that is known as oxidative addition reaction. So now in the next step, we are having a alpha beta unsaturated, that is ester compound. Okay, so now this ester compound will make a partial bond towards the palladium catalyst. So here we are having a palladium catalyst. Now I will write down over here PPH3, that is from the downward side, and one PH3 group to the upward side. Here we are having Br, that is on the plane. So it will make a partial bond towards this compound. So now what will happen? So now this partial bond, so now this aromatic ring, okay, will insert towards the alkene group. So now what will be the product? So here we are having this type of product. So let's say from here, so this is having aromatic ring. Okay, so now this is inserted towards this compound. So that is known as insertion carbometallation. This type of reaction, it is known as insertion carbometallation. You have to remember this, that is insertion carbometallation reaction. Now this phenyl ring, that is inserted towards this alkene group. So here we are having a double bond will be broken down over here. So one hydrogen from topward side, so this is from the bottom side. Here we are having a hydrogen. So now let us take this compound. Here we are having this group. So now this carbon, it is attached with the C double bond O group. So here I am writing a C double bond O group, that is attached with the OCH3 group. Now this carbon, that is attached with the palladium. Here we are having a PPH3, that is Br. Here also we are having a PPH3. Now one more reaction that is going to take place over here. Here we are having a beta hydride elimination reaction. Okay, now what is beta hydride elimination reaction? So here we are having a palladium compound, palladium group. So now that is known as alpha, this is known as beta. So now this hydride will be transferred over here. Now this bond will be transferred over here. So here we are having double bond, and this hydride will be relieved from here. So now here we are having a, let's say this group I am writing over here, that is a double bond over here. So here we are having a hydrogen. I am writing a aromatic ring as a phenyl group over here. So that is having a partial bond with the palladium. So now this palladium will be attached towards the PPH3 group over here. One from the top side, one from the bottom side. This is Br group from here, and hydride that is eliminated from this compound. So that is over here. So here we are having a hydrogen. So now this hydrogen, okay, so that is attached with the C double bond over here. Here we are having OCH3. So now in the last step, that is our reductive elimination will be going to take in place. Okay, so now reductive elimination, by the help of the reductive elimination reaction, this whole group will be removed. So now in the end product we are having, let's say from, I am writing from here, here we are having a phenyl group. Okay, so now this phenyl group that is attached with the double bond from here. Here we are having C double bond O that is attached with the OCH3. Okay, so this is our product. So now if you are looking from here, this AR dash, now when it is treated with this compound, now this whole compound will be attaching towards the this carbon. Okay, this carbon. So now this is known as Heck coupling. Now in this reaction you have learned two important things. First one, this is our oxidative addition reaction. Now second one, that is the insertion of the carbometallation. Now this phenyl group that is inserted towards the alkene group, that is known as insertion carbometallation reaction. Now here we are having a beta hydride elimination reaction as a third step. So beta hydride elimination reaction, when palladium, okay, in the presence of palladium, when we are having a hydrogen over here, that is alpha and beta position, so beta hydride elimination will be going to taking place. So this hydrogen will be transferred over here, so the bond will be disturbed, so this bond will be transferred over here, so it will make a double bond over here. So now this double bond that is having a partially attached to the this group, so now this group will be removed by the help of the reductive elimination reaction. So now in the end you are having a phenyl ring that is having alkene and C double bond OCH3. So this type of reaction, it is known as Heck coupling reaction. Okay, so now let us take one more example of the coupling reaction, that is a Hiyama coupling reaction. Now let us take its principle, that is having Rx when it is treated with the silicon derivative, that is R3 double dash. Here we are having silicon, that is with the R dash, in the presence of the palladium catalyst, fluoride minus. Okay, so it will convert into the R dash. So now let us take fluoride, or we can say the base. Okay, so now let us take a mechanism, that is a catalytic cycle. So let us start with our basic, that is L2 palladium over here. So by the help of the oxidative addition reaction, this is our oxidative addition reaction with the Rx group, it is converted to the R palladium ligand over here, that is X over here. Okay, so now this molecule will it is reacted with the let's say here we are having R dash, here we are having SiF3. Now when it is reacted with the butyl, that is NF, this is known as tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. Okay, so this is tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. When it is reacted with the silicon derivative, it will produce this type of compound. So here we are having a silicon that is attached with the fluoride and fluoride group over here. So now this fluoride will be attached over here, fluoride group. Now this is having a negative charge because of this fluorine group. Here we are having R dash group. Now this R dash group, when it is reacted with this tertiary butyl ammonium fluoride, that is a tributyl ammonium fluoride, it will converted into the this type of molecule, that is silicon derivative over here. Here we are having a silicon derivative. So this is a fluoride group over here, fluorine group over here, fluorine over here, here also fluorine, that is negative charge. Here we are having X and positive and butyl 4. Okay, so now this molecule, when it is reacted with this, it is converted into the this X will be replaced over here. So here we are having X group, so that is N butyl fluoride. Okay, so now this fluoride, it is attached over here. First of all, in next step, this X will be replaced over here. So now what will happen? Now this R dash, now it is replaced over here. So now by reaction of these two molecules, we are producing a byproduct. Now this R dash will be replaced from the X group. So now what will happen? Here we are having R, that is palladium, L over here, here we are having L dash. Now in the next step, we can also arrange. So we can also arrange this as a isomer. So we can also arrange like this: R palladium, R dash over here, that is ligand. There is a cis to trans conformation. Okay, cis and trans configuration we can say. So now by the help of the reductive elimination, you can also produce this as a starting material. oxidative addition, that is the addition of the two electron, or we can say the increase in oxidation state, and reductive elimination reaction, that is a decrease in oxidation state. Now this will couple with each other and they will produce a R dash product. Okay, so this is our Hiyama coupling reaction. In Hiyama coupling reaction, you have to remember that this is a silicon derivative couple product. Okay, by the help of this intermediate, you have to remember this is very important step. I will explain you again. Here we are having a silicon derivative, that is F3 attaching with here, that is known as tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. Okay, this tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride, now it is reacted with this fluoride, will transfer over here, so we can have a silicon fluoride F4 minus and R dash over here. So now when it is reacted with this molecule, this X will be replaced over here and this R dash will be replaced over here, so we can have this type of intermediate. We can also rearrange this L, so by that way you can also, this is a trans form, this is a cis form. Okay, you have to remember that when it is having a 180, this is a trans, so this is having a 180 degree L and L, so there is a trans product, this is a cis product. Okay, we can also rearrange the trans to cis. By the help of the reductive elimination reaction, this will be removed from the reacting material, so we can have a R dash product. So this is known as Hiyama coupling product. Okay, so by the help of the silicon derivative, you can also produce R dash product. Okay, now let us understand one more reaction, that is Kumada coupling reaction. Now here we are having a R dash X when it is reacted with the Grignard reagent in the presence of the nickel catalyst, or we can say the palladium catalyst. Here we are having a R dash R product. Okay, so now this reaction, it is limited to the halide partners that do not react with the organomagnesium compound. Okay, so you have to remember that this is a very limited reaction, the compound which are not reacted with the organomagnesium compound. So now let us understand by its mechanism, or we can say the catalytic cycle. Suppose if you are having nickel as a catalyst, so let us start with the nickel. When we are reacting with the R dash X in the presence of the oxidative addition reaction, so it will have this type of intermediate, let's say RNI, L over here, L over here, that is X over here. Okay, so now it is reacted with the RMgX, that is our Grignard reagent. So now this Grignard reagent will replace this X group, so we can have a MgX2. Okay, so MgX2 will be removed, so this R will be replaced over here, so here we can have a R dash, that is Ni, ligand and R group over here. Okay, so now we can arrange these two trans to cis. So this is our trans, we can have a 180 degree ligand and ligand, so we can arrange from the cis also. So here we can have a nickel. Okay, so that is ligand over here, R and R dash, the trans to cis isomerism. So now by the help of the reductive elimination reaction, you can have a R and R dash couple products. So you have to remember that this is a RMgX group. Okay, so now this RMgX group will be converted to the MgX2 group. So in this reaction, you have to remember this. First of all, this oxidative addition reaction. Second one, by the removal of the MgX2 group, that is the isomerism of this group of the trans to cis, and last one, that is the reductive elimination reaction. So there is a very easy reaction, we can say that the Kumada coupling reaction. So you have to remember that this is a nickel catalyst based reaction. So that thing you have to remember, in most of the palladium catalyst reaction you will find a palladium, but this is a very special reaction. The Kumada coupling reaction was the first found nickel catalyst cross coupling reaction in 1972. Okay, so this reaction was developed in 1972. So now let us take one more example of the coupling reaction. So now this is the last reaction of this video, that is the Stille coupling reaction. Okay, suppose if you are having a R-X compound, now when it is reacted with the tin derivative in the presence of the palladium catalyst, it will convert into the R-R product, that is a CC couple product. You have to remember that one of the most important thing, that is the tin derivative. Okay, so now let us understand by its catalytic cycle. So now let us start with the palladium. that is having a ligand. Now again we are having a first step that is common in every reaction, that is oxidative addition reaction. Okay, so here we are having a R, palladium, ligand and X group over here. Now when it is reacted with the tin derivative, here we are having a tin derivative, that is R dash SN R3 double dash. Now this tin derivative, one of the group will be replaced over here. So there is X group that is replaced over here with the SN R3 double dash, that is X SN R3 double dash. So now this R dash group will be replaced over here. So this type of reaction, it is known as transmetallation reaction. Why it is known as transmetallation reaction? So as you know that this S group, first it is attached with the palladium, now it is attached with the tin. So by the replacement of this tin to the palladium, that is a palladium to the tin, that is known as a transmetallation reaction. So now here we can have a R group over here, palladium, L and R dash group over here. Okay, so now this is our trans isomer, so we can convert into the cis. So here we are having a palladium, ligand, R group over here, R dash group over here. So now by the help of the last step, that is our reductive elimination reaction, we can produce a R dash product. Okay, so now in this reaction you will find that this is our first step, this is the oxidative addition reaction. Second one, that is the transmetallation reaction. Third one, that is a isomerism to the trans to the cis. And fourth one, that is the reductive elimination reaction. Okay, again you have to remember that this is a tin derivative compound. Okay, so now this is our 7 reaction, that is a Stille coupling reaction. So now let us summarize this coupling reaction. Let us quickly summarize. So first of all, let us start with the ARX. This is our ARX group. Now when it is reacted with the phenylboronic acid in the presence of palladium catalyst reaction, this is having a CC couple product, that is the Suzuki reaction. So whenever you are finding a boronic acid, you can think about the Suzuki reaction. Now whenever you are finding a alkyne group in the presence of the copper and palladium, you are always thinking about the Sangossera reaction. Okay, in short question or MCQ you can ask this type of question. Now whenever you are finding a tin derivative with the aryl halide, you can always remember that is the Stille coupling reaction. If you are having a Grignard reagent with the nickel catalyst, that is known as Kumada coupling reaction. Silicon derivative with the palladium catalyst in presence of, remember this thing, fluoride, that is tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride or base. In the presence of silicon derivative, you can found a Hiyama coupling reaction. Now if you are having R-NH2, or we can say the R-OH group, CN or CO coupling reaction, that is known as Buchwald-Hartwig reaction. Okay, and last one, that is RX, that is known as C11C, that is alkene group, C11OOCH3 palladium. This is known as Heck coupling reaction. Okay, so now you can ask one question, that in all of this reaction there is only one reaction, that is Heck reaction. You will find a beta elimination reaction. None of the reaction will have a beta elimination reaction. Now in the Sangossera reaction you will find a co-catalyst, that is the copper iodide. Okay, so now in the silicon derivative reaction, this is a Hiyama coupling reaction, you will find a tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. This is a special thing, you have to remember that thing. Okay, now phenylboronic acid from the Suzuki reaction and alkyne group from the Sangossera reaction. Okay, so this is the from the coupling reaction. I hope you will have a great idea about the palladium catalyst as well as the coupling reaction. Try to solve as many problems as you can. So I will post the some more example regarding the coupling reaction. Thank you for watching it.